How's it going, Sha?
Oh, it's not bad. How are you doing?
I'm good. Every now and then, very, very inside baseball, but I forget that even though I'm literally looking at you now and you're looking at me, I still forget that this podcast is on video. And it just occurs to me that we recorded the whole last episode. I ate a tangerine throughout the whole episode. So for those of you that will watch the main episode or you've already seen it, you wondering what I'm eating the whole episode. I'm just eating a tangerine. I'm trying to be healthier. I ate something very unhealthy right before that, so I'm trying to like balance. Like if I have like a slice, I'm trying to have like a salad.
Sure.
So I had I was telling Sha right before we started recording that episode, I was having like these street empanadas. So I was like forcing myself to have like 2 tangerines, and I'm gonna have an apple, so I can have some like fiber and fruits and all that.
Sure. So, and I want to let you know what you missed, unfortunately, everybody, because it wasn't captured on. We didn't tape it, but when I entered the room for us to start recording, Gastor was biting into an empanada, and it sounded like a commercial. It was the crispiest crunch sounding bite I've ever heard in my life. And it was as my picture popped up, there he was, just huge on my screen, biting into this thing, and I'm still mentally laughing at that. How
man.
it was. But I was eating lemon Oreos during it. I just take off some and then just let it melt in my mouth. So we both were eating citrus.
Oh man, most diabetic podcast in the world, baby. That's right, baby. We out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we are not healthy.
Most niche audience ever. I promise this is supposedly water. I'm drinking here. It's sparkling ice, citrus twist flavored sparkling water.
Yeah, I don't trust those. I think I had a sparkling ice, I think for my taste testing show. Okay. Where I ended up going to a bodega and just buying the drinks that I never drink. And my roommate and I tried them. It's on if anyone is curious, it's on my Instagram. We did like IG lives for
yep.
And we would just go and eat these snacks and try them out on IG Live. In 1 week, we did just bodega drinks. And I think one of them was a sparkling ice. And I was like, this says it's just water, but I don't trust it. It also was my first time, I think, trying an Arizona punch or Arizona iced tea or whatever. I'd never had one before.
What?
Hey, yeah, I never had one. Because I know what I like to drink. And so I mean, they definitely had them in Atlanta, but I just didn't, I don't know. I just was like, first off, if it says iced tea on it, I'm going to stick away. I'm going to stay away from it because I don't really like, whatever. I'm not like a big sweet tea drinker, iced tea. I like tea, but I like herbal tea and I usually like it hot. So it was labeled Arizona iced tea, and I was like, I don't really drink Lipton or anything that's labeled iced tea. No thanks. So I never did it. So I tried it on this particular taste testing, and I was like, oh, it's just sugar water like the rest of it. Okay. Duly noted. Worth the 99 cents if I need to.
Oh my goodness. Yo,
I know. Your face, complete shock. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't start drinking Snapple until I moved to New York. Because they never said in the commercials what Snapple was. They never said if it was like a fruit, if it was a juice or if it was just a drink or anything like that. All the commercials ever said was that it was made from the best stuff on earth. And I was like, I need more information. Do you know what I mean?
Yo.
What stuff? So I didn't try. And then I tried like a Snapple apple because I'm like, it's hard to fuck up something that's supposed to be liquid and apple. It's got to taste at least like apple juice or else you completely messed up everything. And then that's usually the one I stick with. I'm like, oh yeah, this is good enough.
Wow.
Just because I wasn't finding what I would normally drink.
So what would you drink in Atlanta? It's the Coca-Cola runs through the streets like rivers. So right. I usually like Sprite.
I like a root beer. I like a ginger ale. My favorite soda is Fanta Orange.
Okay.
Now, those aren't always at various bodegas. Like, because in Atlanta, it's about the gas stations and the mini marts attached to the gas stations, and different gas stations will always carry the same kinds of drinks. So
Right.
you know that this one leans more Pepsi. So they're going to have more Pepsi products and Coca-Cola products. So I go to this one, they have more Coca-Cola product, like that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
every bodega here is different and stocks whatever they want. So, I mean, I would walk in, my roommate would be like, "Can you get a Diet Coke for me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let me think of which ones sell the Diet Coke." Because not all, and he's used to just walking into any store and there's like a
Right.
wall of Diet Coke. And he'd walk in and he's like, "There's nothing. There's like a bottle of Crystal Pepsi and that's it." And I'm like, "Yeah, each one is its own fingerprint." And, they're all snowflakes or whatever. And so, yeah, so I just was like, all right, so what can I find at every bodega? And so I started to look at that and it looked like Snapple is what was popping. And I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, well, because I need to know what I will be able to find so that when I run into one of them in a time of crisis, I know what I can reach for to calm me down. And so I was like, well, let's see if Snapple will be able to take care of it. And it has. And over the pandemic, I've just developed a taste for Gatorade because I am so dehydrated all the time. And I was like, well, I guess I need to get extra whatever is in
Electrolytes.
here. Electrolytes. I guess I'll get that. So that's kind of what I drink now instead of soda, which I'm sure is still sugar water, but it's just not carbonated.
Yeah, and it is less sugar, but it is still sugar.
It is still sugar water. And then so when I do have a Sprite, it feels like a celebration.
Yo, I have so many questions on all this. Mm-hmm. This so I get the cultural thing. That makes a lot of sense to me. Because as soon as you said it, it made me realize why I have Snapple growing up so much. Because like Snapple in New York is like, especially the from the like 90s to like early 2000s, it is a staple with like pizza shops in particular. So if you bought a slice to go, that their fridge is almost always Snapple.
Yeah, and I think that is when the advertising started with Snapple too, because that's kind of when I first heard of Snapple was in the early 90s, and it's strictly through commercials.
Yeah.
Of like the best stuff on earth. But when I went into stores or gas stations or whatever, they didn't really carry Snapple like that. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and it's like I'm a big Arizona head. I love their drinks and I get them when I'm at the corner store, but you couldn't get them at the pizza shop because they couldn't mark that up. Like you pay like $1.25 for a Snapple growing up. Now it's like $1.75. But like a pizzeria, since they already got you there, they would charge like $1.50 or now they're like $2.
Right.
Because it's convenience. Whereas the Arizona, it's that dollar's on there, baby, that 99-cent prolific.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It don't move. But like in every bodega environment, I always go Arizona. It's actually in the city where like they try to go like higher price point. The one thing I do prefer about the city is that when they have Arizona, they got like the bougie diet flavors. Like,
okay.
You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to like cut out the sugar. But like if I go to my local corner store, even their diet flavored Arizonas are still the like sugar diet ones, if that makes sense. Right. It's like low calorie, but it's still like 60 calories.
Right. You know? Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah. The city got like diet green tea.
Okay. Gotcha.
I could drink that. I'm good.
Well, here's the thing that I have not really seen here in New York that I definitely could always count on in Atlanta, and that is Hawaiian Punch. And that was like if I needed a red drink, Hawaiian Punch was it. And if there was no Hawaiian Punch, then I guess a Tahitian treat. But I didn't really like Tahitian treat. It tasted like it had black pepper in it. But I get it. But Hawaiian Punch you could always count on. And I
Yeah.
got here and I was just like, oh, okay, so Hawaiian Punch is not your go-to here. The same with snack cakes. I mean, you could go into any gas station in Atlanta and you're going to find Little Debbie snack cakes.
Right.
And here there's some Little Debbie, but then there's also like Drake's and then maybe a Tasty Cake because it's so regional. They got to pull in from wherever. And I tried something that was Drake's, maybe a Ding Dong or something, and I was just like, "There's not enough sugar in this." Little Debbie really puts her foot in hers, and I don't know. I don't know about these.
I knew when I was working at Frito, I remember Tasty Cakes is not like a New York thing; it's like Philly,
right?
So
yes,
yeah. So like when they got like big enough to like push into New York.
Mm-hmm.
I was working at Frito I was still on the truck. I was still sales. And I remember like the first time Tasty Cakes made a delivery, they still hadn't hired a local New York guy. So they had a Philly dude transfer to New York for like 3 months until they brought someone in. And like this dude was awesome. Like he repped Tasty Cakes like it was his gang. You know what I mean? Yo, wherever that dude, Marlon, if I see you, you my man. I want you to work for me in whatever endeavors I do. My man, he brought in Tasty Cakes that first day, and like, we're like, yo, what's that? He's like, oh, it's some new joints, like, Enderman's, but we do this in Philly. And you know what I mean? I'm like, okay. So like we on the line, like, with our product, to like get checked into the Pathmark. And he's like, yo, meet me by the truck. I got you. And we go to the truck and he giving out Tasty Cakes to the block. He like, yo, trust me, this is the new shit. Try this. And then like the next day when we delivered the Pathmark, I'm noticing that like he had like a little display. It was a big deal when you go to these stores when you negotiate for extra space. Like that's why when you see those old like towers in the aisle, because that's like free space. You're selling extra product. Right. So like he's building up a little tower. Normally that's like Frito-Lay Gistos because we like the big dogs. You know, so I'm seeing him doing it on day 2 in the store. So I'm like, yo, you got a tower already? And he's like, yo, Tasty Cakes don't play, my G. I was like, yo, let's go. And that's just like his whole energy about freaking cake, I was so hyped about it. So yo, I've never liked Tasty Cakes, but I love the energy behind it. So like, if all your salesmen is like that, I hope y'all win. Sincerely.
Oh my goodness! Look, Tasty Cake makes a butterscotch crimpet, which is just a butterscotch flavored cake with the icing on it.
Yeah,
mwah, beautiful. Mwah. Anything that gets butterscotch out of its old lady purse, stereotype and into the hands of the people, it's good. I love butterscotch stuff. So I was like, okay, that's great. But occasionally you'd see that float through a box or something float through in Atlanta, but it really was about like Little Debbie. And for a chip, our regional chip was Golden Flake. And I did not hear of Utz until I moved up here. And now that has spread nationwide. Yeah. I don't know who's pushing Utz, but it's out there. But but I mean, like I'm still a Golden Flake person, sweet heat barbecue, and but yeah. So a lot of the biggest adjustment I think I had to make moving here was like how do I get my junk food?
Right.
Like what kind of adjustments will I need to make in order to get my junk food? Because to me, that's home. So how will I feel comfortable? Otherwise, I'm just going to be like sitting in my bed, just rocking in the fetal position because I don't feel right because the sugar don't taste the same. So I had to make these things. So that's why I eventually tried Snapple. Okay. And I was like, okay, this seems to be everywhere. I will go with this.
Okay. Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, but that's how it took so long for me to try in Arizona anything.
Yo, that blows my mind. I've tried, I think, every flavor of Arizona.
That's
like
wild.
Legit. I don't think there's a single thing that they not that they make because I know there's like they got like a bunch of wild shit. I've been on the website. I've ordered stuff that they don't have at the store. So like I know I'm up there with like diverse. Like I've tried more Arizona than most people not related to the guys that like run that company.
Right, sure.
But yeah, like I made it an effort. Like I'm big on that stuff. I got the clothes, you know. If they sell it, I'm about it. But yeah, I'm blown away you went that long without it. That is wild. But I get that. You need your like regional thing. Like me and Gabby have given more and more thought in the future of like possibly leaving New York. And you know that's like hard for me.
I know.
So like the LA has been big on it because it's still like industry, you know, so I could still like be comedy even if I won't necessarily be as much stand up.
Mm-hmm.
But like she's like, so you know, what are you gonna do? And like the lack of stand up should be higher on the priority list. But admittedly, like my first question is always like, so what about this pizza situation? You know, like I don't hear good things, you know, and she keeps telling me about tacos. I'm like, tacos are dope, but I ain't grew up on tacos. I grew up on slices. You thinking about you. You a taco person, okay? I know you're going to be happy. You getting the sun, you getting the trees, you getting all the shit you want. We got to settle my problems, okay?
Right,
when you here, you don't like New York, I find you tacos, okay? When you go to LA, I need you to find me pizza.
Gotcha.
You know?
Gotcha. So, that's fair. That is fair.
You know? So yeah, like it's been a real like concern. So she's been like, she sends me like IG reels, half of LA houses, half of pizzas in LA.
Oh wow!
It's just like, yeah, this is the home, and this is a pizzeria near there. You know,
okay,
so we trying.
Yeah, wow. That's a big thing. That's a very big thing. Absolutely.
I don't know if I could do it, but that is the concern that I'm trying to.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna try and get some people on this because you know you just in general you have to realize that it doesn't all end in New York, and I know you know that, but I want you to be able to find examples for you to show that you can do what you do and be comfortable anywhere. But there will be some adjustments. Like I said, there will be some adjustments you have to make.
Right.
But that we can get you there. We can get you there that you're comfortable.
Yo, because we was talking about this on Mother's Day, right? And like my brother-in-law was like, you do like Mexican food though. And I'm like, I do. But I like pizza. He's like, all right, so you're just gonna have less, you're gonna have good pizza, but you're gonna have it less often. And you're gonna have good tacos more often. So he's like, you know, maybe you go keto, you know, like I'm like, yo, I don't want to change my life. I want to be healthier because of the geography. Okay.
Yeah. You don't know if you have to go keto. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. You know, you'll be healthy. You know, he's like, just don't wrap it, and you'll be in shape. I'm like, listen, being in shape isn't the motivation here. I'm trying to find a slice, my G. Okay.
Right.
That's all afterwards. Okay. Oh man, God. We'll figure it out. I'm glad you've tried Arizona though. Sincerely, I think it is important as a New York resident.
Yeah, it'll do in a pinch. It absolutely will do in a pinch. That's what I was like. Oh, okay. I see. I should have trusted the general public who were like, this is $1 and I can't live without it. I should have known, like, oh yeah, that is nothing but sugar. I should go ahead and try it. But you know.
Oh man, props to them for keeping it popping, yo. They keep figuring it out how to keep it 99 cents. I always applaud them dudes. You know, and I see the subtle changes they've made. I applaud it, you know. It was 24 ounces growing up. It's 23 now. I take that hit.
Yeah,
you know?
It happens.
It happens, you know. You ain't make a drastic price change, you know. I'm impressed. The cans got a little thinner. I don't care. You know, let them shits crunch. As soon as you throw them into the recycle, don't affect me. My juice is still good. And I ain't keeping. If you buying Arizona and like storing it, I don't know what your life is like. Okay, it is available all over this damn city. Okay,
right. Well, maybe you just live in a place where it's not, but that is kind of funny.
Yeah, like just drink it, but there's gonna be more. I promise, it's not running out.
It is more plentiful than water, actually.
Sincerely, yo, they got way more rack space. Okay,
yeah.
Just drink, enjoy. You know what I mean? Say what's up to Arnold Palmer when you get to heaven. Okay, I don't even know if he died, but he kills a ton of people with that sugar water.
Oh my gosh!
Let's get into the news. Netflix may introduce ads and a crackdown on password sharing sooner than expected. That's right. Netflix CEO Reed Hastings vowed that the streaming service would stay ad-free in September of 2020. Then Insatiable Gate happened. I don't even know how to say that. Insatiable Gate happened, and everything changed. Amidst rising subscription costs and password crackdowns and employee walkouts, Netflix may soon offer an ad-supported subscription plan, much sooner, in fact, than anyone expected. The New York Times reports Netflix could introduce its lower price ad-supported tier by the end of the year, a more accelerated timeline than originally indicated. The company told employees in a recent note. Netflix executives said that they are aiming to introduce the ad tier in the final 3 months of the year. The letter revealed that the extra cost for password sharing could go into effect around the same time. Netflix currently offers a variety of payment tiers to access the streaming service's most popular plan, costs $15.49 a month. The new ad-supported tier would cost less. Other streaming services have similar plans. HBO Max, for instance, offers a commercial-free service for $15 a month and charges $10 a month for a service with advertising.
Okay. I'm looking into this whole paying to share your password thing.
Yeah.
So what they are thinking is that they would charge like $3 a month.
Yeah.
For every person that uses it that's not in your household.
Right.
Which is ridiculous.
Yo.
This is the thing. I only just opened up my heart, and by my heart, I mean my passwords, to my sister. and that's it. And my roommate and I, we've got a couple of things where he's watching mine and then I'm watching his. Like, I think he's got a Disney Plus and and he watches my Netflix or something like that. But there are some things that we each have our own and we just never got around to like sharing. We just don't need to because we're fine with it.
Right.
But I know that you are in like a whole group.
Yeah.
Like you've got like a regional password.
Yo, this is wild. Yeah, like this is going to affect my whole game.
Yeah, the whole Eastern Seaboard, I think, is on your password or something.
Yo, we got stuff going on here. Like, on my password for Netflix, I have, obviously all 4 of us here in the home have our own. My parents use mine, not because they make way more money than I do, but they have no idea how to set up Netflix.
Right. Yeah.
So they use mine. And I have 2 brother-in-laws that use this. Okay. They use mine as well. Then Hulu, I have one of my own, but I don't know what the information is because it's a lesser version, like it's a lesser plan. And I use my homegirl Gail's because hers is better than mine. Okay. So she has a better plan. So she added a profile for me and for my kids.
Okay.
Or pardon me, she added a profile for me, and then my kids took the initiative and added their own profile to her, and I had to apologize.
Oh, wow.
Because that was mad gangster. They didn't realize that it was hers and not ours.
Yeah, okay.
So I said, my bad. She said it's cute, and let them rock.
That's very sweet of her, because I would have been like,
Yo, I thought that I was mad because I was like, yo, you don't understand. I could have lost my privileges over your shit. You over here acting out of pocket. She could have just said, you know what? None of y'all get it.
No, none of y'all get it. Right? Yeah.
I was nervous that whole conversation. Like, yo, listen, I gotta have a heart to heart with you. My kids is out of control. But shouts to Gail, extremely understanding. Wow. And then my homegirl Melanie, I got HBO through her dad. So they got it through and that one's gonna be that's the iffiest one. So her dad hooked her up and she hooked up 4 of us. Like it's her husband, me, and then another friend.
Right.
And the concern is apparently the dad finished the subscription and HBO is still going to them because both her dad and her haven't unplugged the system that it's installed in. We're concerned that if they ever unplug these things, all of this goes away. You know?
Okay. Well, this piece says that there is a version of HBO Max where they have commercials and it's a little bit less.
Right. It's less than free. Like I don't pay anything right now. Shaq.
No. It will cost you money.
Okay.
No, I have no problem paying for whatever streaming services I have because I figure I'm paying for me.
Right.
So I want it. Absolutely. This is what I want. I'm paying for it. I don't have to worry about anybody else shutting shit off. Like it is what it is. Like even the thing, I think my roommate has Disney Plus, like I said, and I don't have it, but I have it on my, I watch it on my television.
Yeah.
And one day he was like, I don't really mess with Disney Plus. Like I think I may get rid of it. And I was like, oh, there's nothing on it you watch? I'm like, what about all that Marvel shit? And he was like, oh yeah, that's a good point. And I was honestly thinking, oh yeah, because you do like watching all that Marvel shit. But then I thought, oh, I wonder if that looked like, I was like, don't take away my Simpsons or whatever, you know, or something. Like that's the only way I get the Muppet. But then I realized that I can add Disney Plus to my Hulu. And I was like, well, okay, great. So if he wants to, I can just add this, whatever. I only recently added my sister because she didn't have, something changed with her cable situation. And so, she didn't have HBO Max. And I was like, all right, I'll give you that because she's a very big Sex and the City fan and she wanted to see the reunion show.
Yeah.
And just like that. So I was like, great. Here's what I'll do. I will, I had her right in front of me. I had my laptop. I went ahead and made a profile for her, gave her the password. And I was like, you know what? Here's the password for this. And for my Hulu, if you ever wanted to look at that. She's like, oh, I got Hulu. I don't need it. How about one day I pull up my Hulu and it's just there, Zakia. She just here's her profile. I'm like, I didn't set that up. And I was like, oh, this bitch signed in and set it up. Even though she said she didn't need it, she still signed it up. Okay. All right. I see you. Okay. That's about it. So I recently got Peacock and I went ahead and just added her. I was just like, I guess I just need to go ahead and add her.
Yeah.
But that's about it. So if you ever date me, I need you to bring your own streaming because I have mine. And so we can watch it if you're at my house, but I'm not sharing that shit with anybody I date because I've yet to have a relationship that was strong enough to warrant getting. You see how long it took me to put my sister on my accounts. And she's the only family I got right now. And I still was like, you know, are you
Let me play it closer for a little bit, you know?
Yeah, you know. So yeah, it's ridiculous.
Wow, I'm impressed. I live a very different. I've even considered like buying Fire Sticks for the apartment building and doing like a split with the building.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know, like all of us do like $10 and like we cover 3 different services between us.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, we all in the same building. We all got the same like I would assume the IP addresses would look similar or at the very least the geography. I don't know how that stuff works.
Yeah. Huh.
But I don't know. I don't know enough technology stuff to like understand that. I just know like we would be in the same building. So I would assume I could justify that in some weird way.
Yeah,
you know?
it may work out. I don't know how many Fire Sticks you can have on one particular account, you know, but who knows really? I mean, because I thought about I would get a Fire Stick for my sister,
right, and
just let her use that. But I love her. I'll start by saying I love her. And then I will mention how it can be tough to talk her into new technologies.
Okay.
And that she is not quick to throw away things. So she's just like, my television won't even do that. And I'm like, I mean, it's got to have the thing, but it may not. You know what I mean? Like she got old shit. And so And I get it. I got a little bit of that too. I got the Fire Stick, and then I thought it was a USB thing, and then I went to plug it into my computer, and it's not. And I was like, "Oh, well, shit. What do I do with this?" So it took me a month or whatever, but it's much harder with her. So it's just easier to go on and add her to a profile.
There you go. You do what you got to do sometimes. You know, it just is what it is. I am surprised at how often my father sends me pictures of documents that he wants me to print. So, you know, we all got our plights, you know.
Yeah, we got to figure it out.
Just is
my
what
mom once called me and asked me to mail her a stamp. You know, like it happens.
Oh man, I know it's gonna be me one day, so I ain't even mad at it. Like I know I'm gonna send some weird like requests to my kids and gonna be like, this crazy old man.
It's why all of my friends are at least 15 years younger than me.
You should see the eye rolls I get from my daughter when she talks to me about Discord. I don't understand that thing at all. I get like the idea of it, but it just sounds pointless to me. And
that's so funny. A very close friend of mine who we used to date years ago, and when I met him, he was kind of my introduction to how the internet works and what it's like to be on it.
Yeah.
And he's quite a bit younger than me, and so I caught up with him recently, and he was just like, "Oh, I don't even mess with the internet anymore. Not like that. I mean, except for Discord, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "All right, how does Discord work?" And he was like, "Do you have a Discord account?" And I said, "I do. You taught me to sign up for everything." So I do, but I don't know how to work any of it. And he just laughed at me. He's like, "I can't believe you're still doing that." I'm like, "Hey, I'm trying to keep up." And then he explained it to me. I was like, "Oh, so it's just kind of like an old school forum?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Oh, okay.
Right.
I don't need that." Yeah. All right.
That's what I'm saying. I got Reddit, B. Okay.
Yeah. Right. I'm like, I'll pick, you got to pick your 3 things that you're going to mess with. And
I found mine for life. I'm good. No more YouTube, Reddit. That's all you getting from me. I skipped Snapchat, the whole thing. I'm trying TikTok. I fail miserably. In my heart, I say I'm going to post every day. I don't post. You know?
Oh, I posted today on TikTok, and I think I'm done for like a month or 3. I don't know. It takes me a while to remember that I even have it on my phone, and then look up where I wrote down the password, because I write down my password.
Oh man, I've been about to start posting daily for a year and a half. You know,
we both are.
Straight up. I even gave that advice to 2 other comics who have become very successful on TikTok. Like they are crushing it. So I know it works. Yeah, like straight up. Yo, no bullshit. I told my boy Gianmarco and I told Freddie G. Both of them had less followers than I did on TikTok when they started. Gianmarco is at like 300,000 followers, and Freddie's at like 40,000. They were both in like triple digits, and I was like, "Yo, you got personality. You should do this every day." Boom, dude, just killing it out there. Shouts to them. God. Keep doing what you do. Live your dreams. Be better than me.
That's so funny.
In other news, Mike Tyson will not face criminal charges for apparently hitting a plane passenger. That's right. Mike Tyson will not face criminal charges over an incident caught on video last month that appeared to show the former heavyweight boxing champ hitting another plane passenger multiple times. The San Mateo County, California District Attorney, Stephen Wagstaff, told CNN he decided not to file misdemeanor battery charges against Tyson based on the circumstances surrounding the confrontation, including the conduct of the alleged victim, Melvin George Townsend III. You could tell from that name, he trash. Leading up to the incident. It is simply a case that does not belong in the criminal court. If they want to sue each other, that's their business. My man said, I ain't got time for this nonsense.
Yeah, that's literally the nicest way I've seen someone say, I don't want that smoke. I don't want no smoke.
Oh, man.
Not me. Not me. That's all that was not the kid.
Nothing to do with
that. Like that.
That is all you, my G. You want to do that? Go ahead. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, did you see the footage of this? It was like
I did. It appeared that that he was kind of turned around and hitting the guy in the head.
Yeah, like they show a little bit of the footage beforehand. the guy like sees that Tyson is sitting in front of him and gets overly excited and starts asking Tyson, questions and for an autograph. And Tyson actually like goes with it for a large portion of it. But at some point he's like, yo, like I paid to sit in first class to chill. And the dude like kept asking questions and is telling the video guy who's his boy, I'm assuming, I'm going to keep bothering Tyson for an autograph. Like he's letting the camera guy know I'm going to be annoying. And then it just shows Tyson like bodying homeboy, like just punching him repeatedly and like the whole first class saying, oh my God, Tyson, don't kill him. But
he's
like
already dead.
Yo, it was happening. But like a part of, and then like they cut like to like another portion of the guy like being bloodied up and showing like, yo, Tyson did this to me. And like when I saw it, I was like, yo, your own man didn't even put down the camera. Like you deserved all of those hits.
Right.
You planned it or you deserved it. Either way.
Yeah, it sounds like he wanted that.
Yeah. He was being really annoying on purpose and like instigating this dude who was more than accommodating of a fan. Like he went above and beyond based on the video of what like a proper request of a fan would be in that situation. And Tyson was about it until he had to be about it, and the other dude ain't listen, so Tyson made him listen with his hand.
Oh my gosh. Who thinks I'm gonna get Mike Tyson to hit me? That's the end game.
That's wild.
That is so y'all think he can't hit hard anymore?
Yo.
He hit harder than any human was supposed to at his prime. So right now he just hits as hard as any human can.
Yeah.
So what?
Seriously. You think a 50-year-old can't knock you out? You were wilding.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
At the very least, he is the hardest hitting 50-year-old ever. Like that, like
man.
If he's in that discussion, I don't want to do that. I seen dudes at UPS at 50 years old still lifting shit I can't lift right now.
No.
I don't want any of that smoke. There's certain like fast twitch that I don't think ever goes away. I think that dude will always be able to throw a hard punch for the rest of his life.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want anything to do with that man like that.
He was extremely good at and he loved doing. There's no way he forgot how.
At all. You were wild and you deserved all of those hits. You deserved more. And I'm I am like, I don't know anything else about this district attorney's politics, but I support this decision. A man said, nah, you waste your time, my G.
Yeah, I'm not. I got nothing to do with it.
I would love to see
that bear if you want to. But.
I really want to see like footage of Mike Tyson high-fiving his DA. That's really all I want now. I think just to make it full circle.
No, I think all it is just footage of that guy talking, and then it pans out, and Mike Tyson's just standing behind him with his arms crossed.
You better make that decision.
I'm not doing it, and he's like, "That's what I thought."
I got more of these hands. If you didn't make that decision. In other news, Best Buy has a new strategy to win with bargain hunters. That's right. Prices are surging, and Best Buy has a plan to draw in shoppers hunting for deals on TVs and laptops. More outlet stores. That's right. Over the next year, Best Buy will double the number of outlet stores it has to 32, starting with new outlets in Chicago, Houston, Phoenix, Manassas, Virginia, and add an outlet deal section to its website for the first time. Best Buy has operated outlet stores since 2014, offering discounts on TVs and major appliances that have been returned, repaired, exchanged, and manufacturers have discontinued. It also has a similar open box discount section at most of its approximately 1,000 stores. Now the chain is opening new outlet stores with a larger product assortment, including laptops, tables, gaming consoles, and cell phones. It will add more services to these stores, such as same-day delivery, curbside pickup, and a Geek Squad Center where shoppers can get tech support.
I can't believe, first of all, I did not realize that they had outlet stores.
Yeah, I didn't know.
But I can't believe that it took them until 2014 to open up outlet stores, and that they are only just now like, oh, maybe we should double them. Y'all should have.
To 32. Yeah,
to 32. I'm like, that was not enough. You should have started at 50. And
I was saying, every state.
Replace all of the regular stores with outlet stores.
I mean, how does every state not have an outlet yet?
I mean, oh my goodness. Also, we all know that person who takes a trip to the outlet stores, whatever the town is that has all of the outlet stores,
Yeah.
and they're just like, "Hey, I'm going to the outlets. You want to come with me?" And you wake up hella early on a Saturday and you roll out, like 100 miles to some podunk town that's nothing but outlets, and you clean up for the year.
Oh yeah.
Come on, to do that with a washing machine because it's got a scratch on it? Get out of here. I feel like my first stereo was bought at a Sears outlet that
Okay.
was out in the cut, and we got it, and it was it had a tape deck, just one tape deck, but I could tape off of the radio with
Yeah.
no sound or whatever. It had a built-in, record player, and it had
Ooh.
an 8-track.
Oh, okay.
This would have been in like 85, so 8 tracks were not a thing anymore. But
It's a feature though.
yeah, so people, I mean, they had it at this outlet store and it was cheap, and I'm sure it was because an 8-track was included. And my parents were like, "Will this work?" And I said, "Yep, tape deck in it. That's all I need: record player and a tape deck and a radio." And I had that until I went to college, I think.
Yo, that's what's up.
Maybe even beyond. Like, outlet stores are the truth and the light, especially for electronic stuff.
Hell yeah.
Especially for like appliances where something gets delivered and it's scratched, and the people are like, "Hey, it's gonna look terrible in my." If you don't buff that damn scratch out, then take it back to an outlet store and I'll buy it all the scratches. I'll add extra. 5% off for each extra scratch you put on there. Come on.
I remember somebody like when I was shopping for my stove. I remember someone saying that like the stove got returned because of a scratch, and the scratch was significant. I'm not gonna say it wasn't, but the scratch was on the side of the stove that's gonna be in between the fridge and the stove. Like, nobody gonna see it. It's just you. You the only one that knows forever.
Right.
No one's gonna see it. The next time somebody sees it is when you throwing out that stove. Then you can scratch it up anyway. Right. No one's gonna care. I was blown away by the reasons people return stuff. I'm pro outlet stores, definitely pro outlet for electronics. I still got a Radio Shack mic that I use to this day whenever I got to do like dual stuff in the apartment, that I bought at a Radio Shack outlet in Flushing, Queens in like 96. Like, I was a teenager, straight up. One of the best purchases I made. That shit got a 20-year run on people out here. Respect. She was a dynamic mic, Radio Shack brand. So I don't even know if it's good or not, but it lasted. It's durable. I'll say that. She got lumps on it all over the grill, but it works. That shit is fire. I miss outlets. I've copped a lot from the little bootleg outlet area that Best Buy has. They always hide it. They don't tell. If you're one, yeah, exactly. If you want to know where it is at your local Best Buy, it's wherever the employees are ignoring you. Like, if you go there and they won't come to you, it's because they don't get like props for selling that. It's the trash.
Okay, so they don't get a commission on it.
Exactly. So like, I'll go over there.
Just pay them fairly so they don't have to be humping over some unscratched fridge.
Yo,
pay them fairly.
I'll go over there, shot, and like, they'll answer questions not even looking at you in the eye, just because they're trying to like scope actual customers. Like, you got to do all your own work in there. Like, yo, does this come with the cables? I don't know. Read the box. All right. That's the energy I get for looking at that area. But you find some crazy deals. It'll be like, yo, this open box, 20% off. And, you can do it. You get a little laptop, get a little Apple joint over there. So they got good gems. I'm glad they got more of these outlets popping up. 32 is a ridiculously low number.
It really
to be
is.
working up to. That is insane.
Yeah.
There's a reason Amazon is kicking your ass.
Yeah, absolutely.
Serious. Finally, Virgin flight turns back as pilot hadn't completed the final flying test. That's right. Yo, the Virgin Atlantic flight heading to New York's JFK Airport turned back to London Heathrow after it emerged the first officer hadn't completed the airline's final flying test. Flight VS3 was around 40 minutes into the journey on Monday when a rostering error emerged, leading to the flight returning to London. An airline spokesperson said in a statement at CNN on Thursday. The first officer joined the company in 2017 and is qualified in accordance with the UK flight regulations, but needed to complete the airline's internal final assessment flight. Virgin Atlantic said the flight's captain, who's highly experienced and has been with Virgin Atlantic for 17 years, did not have the designated trainer status, and the first officer was replaced with a new pilot. The company said both pilots were fully licensed and qualified to operate the aircraft, and the pairing did not breach aviation or safety regulations. However, the airline said the situation was not compliant with Virgin Atlantic's internal training protocols, prompting the decision to turn back.
I think someone maybe was drunk.
Yo.
That's such a wild, like, he didn't finish the final thing, and then the one with him didn't have the skills to mark off the check boxes necessary for this guy who already knows how to fly. Nah, someone was tired or someone was drunk, and they were like, he didn't finish his last test. We don't need a final boss up there. We just need someone who knows how to fly the plane.
You know what I'm saying? He knew how to take off and he knew how to land.
Yeah.
He did the job. He did the whole thing.
Let the other guy do some of it.
Yeah. My man was already in the air. He was doing the thing. And when he came back, he took care of the other part I care about, landing. He did the whole job. That's all I cared about. The airport, I don't know how that works, but I'm assuming it's just like, yo, just keep going straight. You know? I don't know how I direct. Is there like a GPS for planes? I'm sure there's something like that by now.
Yeah, I think that's what the air traffic controllers do.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like it's like, yo, just keep going in this general direction.
GPS. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, an air traffic controller is just a guy in a tower with a Garmin, and then they tell folks.
There you go. You know, so hit that shit. Hit up the Waze, you know, and follow that shit. You good. My man was doing it. He was out there, yo. Live your dreams, my G. Why y'all shutting down on my man?
Also, this meant that the passengers on the flight arrived to New York 2 hours and 40 minutes later than scheduled.
Yo, imagine having to tell that story when you got back. Yo, we had the backup pilot. He wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready. That's like saying he brought his kid to work and his kid was flying with it. Like, no one's going to believe that. How do you get that far and you're not ready? Yeah. I feel like some whistle should have gone off before you got off of the ground.
Seriously. You know how many people check my boarding pass before I get on a plane?
Right.
For me to sit. Not for me to fly, for me to sit in a chair.
Yeah.
Y'all are sending me emails 48 hours before to make sure it's me.
Yeah, right.
So that I can have permission to sit on this plane and not touch anything. And y'all ain't checked this dude out?
Yeah.
I don't know. Be virgin. Step y'all game up, man.
Yeah.
If
I don't know about that.
Would like Shalewa and I to take flying lessons, maybe work at Virgin Airlines. You know, clearly we are as qualified as this pilot. We ain't take the final test either.
It's just one test. It's just one test, right? Yeah, we should be fine.
Shalewa and I have skated through one test before, okay? You both A-level students, very little effort in class. I'm sure we could have figured this out.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, we could do this.
All you got to do is like and subscribe to the show, baby. If you are an Apple or Spotify listener, we appreciate your ratings. 4 stars. You only think Shalewa and I would have made it 40 minutes too. You don't know
You
us.
might not be wrong.
Okay, this time 4 stars, you might be right, admittedly.
You might be right. Yeah.
But 5 stars, we still appreciate y'all more. Thank you for having faith in our ability to make it across the Atlantic.
Seeing the vision.
We'd have made this flight happen. Admittedly, rough landing ahead, but we would have won.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have any articles you'd like us to cover? Please DM us directly on Twitter or Instagram at Silky Jumbo or at Gastor Almonte. With all that says, I am co-pilot Gastor Almonte. Always with head pilot Shalewa Sharpe.
Oh wow!
Yo, I'm following your lead, homie. You know. This has been an air flight version bonus episode of the War Report. You know what I mean? We out here catching flight. Catch y'all next time. Peace.